Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell below and set it to all so you don't miss out on any future uploads. So today we're going to be trying, talking about different study methods and the ones that I use, the ones that I will rate, and the ones that we'll talk about later in the video, and the reasons why I don't use some certain ones. So the first one that we're going to be talking about is active recall. So what's active recall? Active recall is reading through your notes or a chapter of your textbook and then closing the textbook or notes and then writing down what you can remember from that text. And then the reason why I use active recall is because it like it helps me identify what I don't know, what I can't memorize, or what is difficult for me to memorize, and what I identify what I know and what I don't know. Then another study method is the Pomodoro technique. So this technique is very popular, but me personally, I don't use it because you are restricted to a time limit of 25 minutes and a 5-minute break. And there are most of my work is more takes more than 25 minutes to do. And while some of them takes less than 25 minutes to do. And for me personally, let's say I do an assignment and then used 15 minutes out of that 25 minutes, and then okay, what remain is 10 minutes. So basically, I'll use those 10 minutes to have my break and also have a 5-minute break. And after that 15 minutes, I won't want to come back to continue my studying. But for those people that are struggling with studying because you feel like 1 hour is too long for you to study, you can use 25 minutes and a 5-minute break, because by the end of the 25 minutes you may likely want to continue and you may not want to break your focus. But you know if you end want to end, then you take your 5-minute break and then you come back, and then if you take 25 minutes like 4 times with 5 minutes break, that is like that's 30 times 4, that's 100 and no, yeah, 112, which is 2 hours. So let's just say you've been studying for 2 hours. And that's good if you take it into four different portions. Then, so that's equivalent to four study routines. But me, I normally tease 1 hour to like study. And as for me, when I want to study for an hour, that 25 minutes is what I used to get ready before I actually start studying. So yeah, so me personally, I don't use it. Then another method that you could use for studying is examination past papers. This one has helped me a lot because when I'm taking my exams, one school year is divided into 3 terms, and each term is like 3 months. So that's that's 9 months altogether. So plus additional 2 months because of some holidays that you may take. So 2 months. Um so that will be 11 months, right? So all these months together equals a semester, and that's how long you take for each class. Okay. And then the eighth grade now. So when you're writing your third term exam, that whatever you get in that exam promotes you to the next class. So will determine whether you go to the next class or not. So, and teachers normally like giving questions from the previous class, which is like 11 months or 9 months of content. So me personally, I don't have time to be reading my previous class notes. So I just, go through the exam that I wrote in that class, my previous class, and then I go to the objective because the theory of the third term exam is definitely going to be from third term, and this has helped me a lot. And I see some questions always coming out every single year. And yeah, and then sometimes I get past year papers from like the school helps me like print some of the past questions of previous sessions out. So I think I've done that once or twice and it has really helped me. So another study method is that I would like to talk about is use of acronyms. So if you're studying something a science based subject that has to do with so many acronyms, like for the characteristics of the living things in the seventh grade, I used Mr. Nanja clad. M for movement, R for either respiration or reproduction, N for nutrition, I for irritability, G for growth, E for excretion, R for either respiration or reproduction, C for competition, L for lifespan, A for adaptation, and D for death. So you can see I can still remember that. So if you have things that you need to remember, you can always put it in an acronym. For example, another example could be maybe the characteristics of a particular plant and they're like listed word for word, so you can just create something. Then but back in the sixth grade we used Mr. Niger. Clad was not included until we got to the seventh grade, and oh, we found out that there's clad, which is competition, less power, adaptation, and yes. Another study method, oh, I also use this, it's actually very good. Then another study method I use is listening to music. Well, I don't use it because when I'm reading my notes, I find that music can be very distracting. But if I'm doing something that has to do with calculation, such as math or basic technology or some topics in computer studies or some topics in business studies, I can use that has to do with calculation and maybe construction. I can use music because I'm not reading anything. I'm just practicing and practicing and working out stuff. Then the last study method I would like to talk about is studying with your friends. Me personally, I don't study with my friends most of the time because it could get very distracting when one person just brings out a random topic and then everybody starts talking about that topic and then everything just goes out of proportion and then before we then remember that, oh, we are supposed to be studying, and then by the time you know it, the time we're supposed to be studying for has you know finished, or it's ended. That study session is ended. So for me, I don't like studying with friends, but you guys who have friends that can zip their lips and put it in one place and work efficiently without making a sound. Maybe you guys go to a cafe or stuff like that. You can study with your friends if you find that they keep you accountable, and it helps you. And it also helps you when you can get out from your home environment, maybe to a cafe, have some coffee and then work with your friends. I mean, at least you won't be lonely, and you know that you're doing um stuff, some school related stuff with your friends apart from talking, partying, and having fun and socializing. So just like that will be the end of this video. Because I hope you enjoyed it, and please comment that comment below what kind of study methods you use for when you're studying, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.